What's going on, everyone? Burnt Toast Chronicles here. On to chapter 5-3 of Resident Evil, and this one is picking up exactly where the previous chapter left off. So first thing we got to do is find our way out of this little boss battle room that we had. And down that hallway, if you were to continue that way, it's a dead end, but the room at the end of the hallway has a few boxes of ammo and a couple different... I think it has 2 gems. It might only be 1. But I know it does at least have something of value in there, so it might be worth checking out. But we just continued along the path we're supposed to. And you'll see coming up right here in this room is just more enemies to fight, nothing real spectacular. My plan was just kind of run up ahead and power through them, and my friend was going to stay back and pick them off with his AK. So you do want to watch out for these roaches, because once again, if you get too close, they will they can kill you in one melee. So watch out for those, but if you do manage to kill them, then remember they have those gems that are worth quite a bit that you want to remember to pick up. Right here, this particular hallway, you'll see that little cocoon or whatever that thing is on the ceiling, and every now and then, I think the roach spawns are like semi-random here, because sometimes I do see one drop from that cocoon, and I was kind of expecting it, but you know, obviously it didn't, so that's just something that you might want to watch out for, though. And then right here, just gotta heal up real quick before we continue. And, alright, moving on. That was the roach I was afraid of, or expecting to have pop out earlier. So, my friend was pretty much gunning him down with that AK anyways, but I thought I'd speed things up and take out the RPG. And right here, I'm glad my partner had my back, because I was not expecting that guy to just be sitting waiting to ambush me. So right here, you got an HK PSG-1 for those of you who are actually collecting the weapons. It's worth noting that it is in that little room there. I did not take it because I already have one, and I had no use for carrying it in my already jam-packed inventory. So, back in that room with the HK, you'll see I had to pull a lever, and what that does is it brings power to this platform. And first the platform has to come over to you, and when it does, it'll be armed with 2 infantry and 1 of these, I think they're called, like, big man Maginis. I think that's the actual technical game term for them. So, my plan was to let that guy over so that we could kill him on our side and pick up the gem that he drops, but you can see we accidentally took a couple hits in the process. So only one person can go over at a time, and I decided to go over first, and my partner stayed back to operate the lever. And once the first person gets over, either one of you can pull the lever again, and it will send the platform back over. But whoever does go over wants to watch out for the fact that there's going to be a couple guys with riot shields, and as soon as you inflict enough damage, they drop the riot shield, and those centipede things will pop out of their head. So it was pretty. They're pretty easy to take care of, but just be careful that there will be enemies. So now that my friend is on the platform, I'm just bringing him over and picking up a little gold and waiting for him. So as soon as you get up to about here, there's just a little cutscene that would show enemies coming out of that room up there. And obviously, a couple of them do have RPGs, so you want to make them your first target, your top priority. And RPG versus RPG, and I ended up winning that one, obviously. So that was a real piece of cake, and just moving on. There are still more guys in that room, and you do want to watch out for that. And you'll see 2 of them come out of that room right there, and The guy with the stun rod, I thought I could get him, but he was moving around to get my partner, and then this guy popped back up with the RPG, so I just switched to him. And that guy with the stun rod actually does manage to sneak around, and in just a second here, I think hit my partner. So as soon as you do open this, yep, right there. But as soon as you do open up that door, there are a couple more riot shield guys in there, so you want to watch out for that. They can't open the doors, the ones with riot shields. So the easiest thing is to go around to these side windows and shoot into there, like I do with my RPG. So once you've done that, you're free to enter the room safely, but you don't want to miss this, I think it's called a royal necklace. Once again, pretty valuable, and those are always important to collect. So once you've done that, you're free to move on to the next section, and you can see right here. Right here, all these boxes, my partner always likes to line up a shot and see how much bullet penetration his gun has. So I was just letting him do that, and missed one. So now that he's had his fun, we have to move on to this little circular platform. And this might look familiar from where we had the boss battle, but this time it's going to be more of a means of transportation. So what you want to do is get both people over to this little console here, and once both of you pull the lever, you will start the platform moving. So at first, not a whole lot's going to happen, but you just want to give it a minute, because sooner or later enemies do start popping up, like you can see here. And every now and then, an enemy will pop up who has a lever mechanism, or lever control on their end, and they will pull that lever. And what it does is then, I don't think it will actually bring you to a complete stop, but I think what it does do is slow you down to the point of, you know, essentially you're almost not getting anywhere. So once that does happen, you want to target the guys who are operating the levers and make that your key priority, because otherwise you're just not going to get anywhere. So you'll see I was kind of spraying with my SIG and my partner spraying with AK, so I don't know which one of us got them, but eventually we did. And you just want to keep watching out for those guys, and essentially your trip up is pretty safe, because most of those guys down on those platforms are horrible shots and aren't even going to hit you with most of the bullets they're putting in your direction. So right now I'm just kind of waiting for this little platform to finish its trip up to the top, and we got to take care of another one of these guys holding the lever. But otherwise, this particular section really shouldn't be too challenging for any of you. At least I'm hoping it isn't. And right there you'll see I was trying to keep my eyes on that little staircase, because as soon as you come up, there's going to be enemies that are pouring onto those stairs. And because they have the high ground, and oftentimes you're not ready for them to be there, you're at a disadvantage, and they will, depending on depending on the difficulty, they will either kill you or just take away a lot of your health. Luckily, we're only playing on normal, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But if you're playing on the higher difficulties, you have to be prepared for that part, because I know when I did my professional run-through on this game, they will wreck you if you're not careful. So you'll see them moving into position here, and that's when I was trying to take a couple out with my shotgun on this close pass. And then as soon as this stops, it has to be at a complete stop before you can step off the platform. But as soon as it does, I ran up there with my shotgun, and I was taking care of him that way. And I don't know, right here, I don't know what I was trying to do, why I didn't just shoot him when I had the chance, but as a result, I ended up paying the price and taking a few hits. So once you've done that, you can just move on. And it's just a lengthy little stretch of catwalk, or whatever that's called. So once you've done that, you find yourself in this little, like, underground sort of area. Looks underground to me. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be, but we were just managing inventory here. So as soon as I step out, you'll see. And this is this is what I was talking about. It has sort of just like an underground, ancient feel to it. So what you actually have to do then is you just got to go around, and once you pull this lever, it will bring power to a little one-man elevator. And just like with that moving platform earlier, you want one person to get in the elevator, and the other will stay behind and give power to the elevator. So the person that goes up there, what you need to watch out for is once you take a few steps forward, it'll cause a couple lickers to spawn. And you want to watch out for these guys because now you're on your own, so getting grabbed is a lot more dangerous. But I stayed back because I had the RPG, so I could pretty safely take care of these guys. And once your partner moves up even more, they start coming out of these open little holes in the wall there. And you can just, with an RPG or a sniper rifle, either one will work, you can just blast them right off of the wall before they even get up to your partner. Now, it's sort of a win-lose, depending on which you go with, because if you let them up there by your partner and your partner kills them, they do drop ammo, and I think a couple of them drop jewels, but you do have the risk of then fighting them without your partner directly there to back you up. You know, or you can just drop them off the wall, and it's a lot safer for your partner, but you don't get any of the ammo or anything, so it's kind of a personal preference. We just wanted to do this the easy way. So this whole time I've been keeping my partner safe. He was actually pushing a this, as you can see, like a giant garbage can or whatever. I don't know what that would be called, but it's just full of debris and stuff. And once he pushes that off, he can then jump down into this building. And any second here, I'm just waiting for him to unlock the door from the inside, because there is a lever in there that we need to access, along with a gem and some ammo. So right here, I thought I had heard a licker, but I wasn't sure, so I was just kind of keeping my eyes open for that. And then I came in here, and my partner had already picked up all the ammo and gems, so I just pulled this lever, and that'll lower the bridge for us. And after I did that, my partner heard the licker directly outside the door, so I just go out there with a shotgun, and you can see this little guy just waiting for us. So a couple blasts with the shotgun, and he's taken care of. So once again, you want to notice on the at the end of the bridge on the top of the wall, there's a little shining thing, and that of course is a gem, so you want to pick that up. So as soon as you go through this door, it is a lot is explained in the cutscene. It's story-wise really important, but it's also really lengthy, and as you guys already know, I'm not doing the cutscenes. But needless to say, you end up in a fight with Wesker and Jill. And Wesker is extremely fast. If you just shoot regular projectile weapons at him, he's going to easily dodge them. And you can't shoot at Jill because the game still counts her as your friendly. And if you kill Jill, you fail the mission, and you have to restart this entire boss battle. So what you want to do is, you'll see I went over by this locked door, and once you hit X and investigate that, then what it'll do is trigger a scripted moment where Wesker will kick you through the door, and it will break it down, and it allows access to this entire other portion of upper level of this little area. And what you want to do is you want to wait for Wesker to lose track of you, and actually, let me explain better. What normally happens at this part is, if you don't have appropriate weapons to deal with Wesker, then he will run around and chase you for 7 minutes until those 7 minutes are up, and then he's just gone. He'll run away. But if you have an RPG and you can lose track of him, or if he loses track of you, then once he turns his back on you, you shoot him with an RPG, he catches it, and then shoot the RPG he's holding, and that delivers enough damage to end the battle early. And he'll run away, and if you do that, you'll see at the start of this little section here, I picked up a gem called the Heart of Africa, and that is the most valuable gem in the game, worth 10,000, and you can only get that from defeating Wesker in this battle. So, once you've done that, you move on to this little battle with Jill, and she's got a like a mind control device implanted on her. So you have to work on getting this device off, otherwise she's going to keep trying to fight you, and that's just no good. So what you can see, or what you have to do, is one person has to grab her from behind, and the other person can either shoot the device or can try to rip it off. And what happens with ripping it off is every time you press the button, it does a set amount of damage, and depending on the difficulty you're playing on, the device itself has its own health, and every time you shoot it or press the button to physically remove it, it will inflict a certain amount of damage, and once you've done that, it's the end of the battle. And shooting it, it's obviously going to do the job a lot quicker, but you have a very small target, and she's moving, and if you miss and kill her, you have to redo this whole thing. So, me and my partner just kind of taking turns here. Every now and then one of us will put a shot in, and then every now and then we'll switch back to trying to manually remove it. And, you know, you just keep repeating that process, and eventually you'll get the device. But what you do want to watch out for is the person who is holding Jill back. Once she gets free, she'll try to counterattack you. So you do have to dodge that attack. Otherwise, it is actually pretty damaging. Other than that, though, I mean, the battle is not overall too difficult. On the higher difficulties, you're going to want to watch out for when she uses her dual scorpions. But it's pretty simple. And there's the close to the mission is actually coming up here. I believe it's the next time I attempt it that we actually manage to successfully remove it. But if you guys like it, then please subscribe for more, and I will talk to you all later.